Do 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 do. Drinking my. Where's my shake? I forgot my shake. Man, let's get this on. Let's get this live going. What's up, y'all? Over here just setting up. We about to talk about this real quick. About a little situation. Get this conversation going. Get everybody up in here. Everybody take a seat. There's plenty of seats in the front. Plenty of seats for everyone to sit down in the front. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy, right? Kenny's back. Kenny's working again. And Kenny has an attitude, but Kenny's gonna work. Kenny got a little attitude, but Kenny's gonna work. He's gonna have to put his best foot forward because I don't pay nothing for free. You understand what I'm saying, Kenny? I don't pay nothing for free. What's up, Cleaver G83? What's going on? We in the building. You know what I'm saying? What's up, T.O.? Kenny, shut up. I should not have to come to your house. I pay you nothing. And when I pay you nothing, I expect to get everything for nothing I paid you. You understand? I'm talking to you like this live, Kenny, because you don't know how to act. I pay you nothing. What am I supposed to do when I pay you nothing? I'm giving you my hard-earned nothing for you not to have people hitting the like button, Kenny. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the update show, man. Usually I go live Tuesday morning. Tomorrow is the morning show, but I want to talk about this because I didn't want to bring this shit up on the morning show. I want to talk about Space Jam. The hate on the Space Jam 2 movie. Because I've been seeing these reviews and I just don't understand what the hell is going on. I don't get it. I don't understand why people are so mad at all. And I'm here today to kind of try to figure it out. Because I want to know what is going on. So get up in here, share the live, y'all. Hit the like button, share the live. Because we're going to talk about this shit. Space Jam 2 is a continuation of Space Jam 1. Space Jam 1 starred Michael Jordan, Bugs Bunny, Lola, Tasmanian Devil, and plenty other Looney Tune characters. That's right. Michael Jordan was probably the only human, besides some other people, in the movie. And everyone else was a character that was in the movie. So it was Michael Jordan and a bunch of cartoons. This movie came out. I believe this movie came out. I was going to high school when this movie came out. So I believe this was a early. Let me make sure. What's up, Candace Curry? Let me make sure that I give you guys a timeline of Space Jam. Hold on. Space Jam 1 came out in 1997. As I was saying, 1997. So I was a sophomore in high school when Space Jam 1 came out. Now we are in 2021. And Space Jam 2 is now out. Space Jam 2 is now out. And it's starring LeBron James. LeBron James from the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I'm gonna give y'all. I saw the movie on HBO Max the other day with my daughter. My daughter thoroughly enjoyed the movie. She has watched it 5 times. Understand what I'm telling you. My daughter watched Space Jam 2. She watched it 5 times. I don't think she even gave 2 shits that LeBron James was in the movie. I think she more cared for the Looney Tunes because she was excited to see Lola Bunny. As a matter of fact, when we go to McDonald's, because they got the Space Jam 2 toys. She only wants Lola Bunny, Bugs, and Daffy Duck. The only reason she recognized LeBron was because he turned into a cartoon character. Understand what I'm telling you. She could care less that LeBron was in this movie. I'm going to get to where I'm getting at. Now, the review of the movie. My only pet peeve with Space Jam 2 was that none of these characters, except for Lola Bunny, ever acknowledged or remembered that they played basketball with Michael Jordan in the first movie. Probably a little something off in the writing, but it's all good. I think Lola Bunny was like, yeah, I've been there, done that. She said she played with one person. The other situation was there wasn't a lot of basketball play going on in this movie if you're a basketball fan. But I get it. So now let's get to, that's the only acknowledgement I had of the review of the movie. Let's get into the shit. I just told y'all my daughter enjoyed the movie. She didn't really care for LeBron. She cared for all the Looney Tune characters. Hence what I'm going to. If you are over 20 years old, I should say 17 or 18, but if you are over, if you are 35, if you are over 21 in your 20s, your 30s, and goddamn in your 40s, your grown ass should not be reviewing no fucking Space. You should not have an opinion. I'm seeing these comments where people are like, oh, this movie's horrible. One guy I saw said there was an agenda to make LeBron bigger than Michael Jordan. Let me explain this to you. LeBron is in Space Jam 2. Anybody that normally will go see Space Jam 2, anybody that sees a part 2 and they never saw a part 1 to a movie, 9 out of 10, they want to see, they will probably want to see they probably will want to see part 1. That's usually how it works. If I'm wrong, most people will want to see part 1 after they see part 2. So there's no agenda in this movie. This ain't, Space Jam 2 wasn't bought because because Michael Jordan tried to buy NBC. None of that is going on. That's number 2. Number 3, people were knocking LeBron's acting. Mike couldn't act in the movie either. It wasn't like Michael Jordan was out there. The only person that acted well in this movie probably was Don Cheadle and the girl who played LeBron's wife. LeBron James was not there to pull off an amazing acting job. LeBron James was there to be LeBron James and interact with cartoon characters for children. Space Jam, the Space Jam movie was to do this. The first Space Jam movie was the job of the movie was to make Michael Jordan a bigger than life star. How were they doing this? They involve Looney Tunes, which is loved by kids, and they involve the basketball player. So now kids watching the Looney Tunes are familiar with Michael Jordan. That is the same thing that they did with LeBron James. This will only make his career bigger than what it is. A lot of people, I've seen people saying the acting was off. I've seen people saying, and then when you defend the movie, people are like, wow. So people are just out here defending LeBron James. Too many LeBron James. And then the thing about it is, even you got Skip Bayless. I truly believe that Skip Bayless has a poster of LeBron in Speedos on his wall, the way Skip Bayless talks about Michael Jordan on a daily basis. I really believe Skip Bayless has intimate, wet dreams about this man because he talks about Mike all the LeBron James every if you go to his Twitter every day, it don't even have to be about basketball. He it's raining outside. You couldn't stop that, huh, LeBron? He has a serious issue with LeBron James. The movie was for children. Let's stop acting like basketball players are the best actors. I made a list yesterday of the top 5 worst and top 5 okay basketball players that were in movies. Let me get the list out. This was so funny. I had put this list out yesterday. There was a big debate on this, but let me get to the list real quick. My list. Here we go. Let me get to the list. Okay, here we go. I said top 5 worst basketball actors. Ray Allen, and He Got Game. What's up, Miss Cherry 718 Simone L. Sean's Man Cannon's Creations. Now, I know people are like, Ray Allen, He Got Game. Let me explain this to you. He Got Game was a good movie. Denzel did an amazing job. The girl who played Lola, why do I keep fucking Rosario Dawson did an incredible job. The dude from Drumline that played Rosario Dawson's boyfriend did a good job. The dude that played Ray Allen's cousin did a good job. Ray Allen was awful as an actor. His only job was to dribble the fucking basketball, look good, and he had some part act. His acting was horrible, but it was a Spike Lee film, and they put all the pieces around it to make it a good movie. Michael Jordan was horrible in Space Jam. The cartoons made Mike okay and Mike playing basketball. Kevin Durant in the movie Thunderstruck was god-awful. Horrible. Muggsy Bogues in Space Jam, the first one, was also bullshit. Now, my top 5 good basketball players in movies was John Sally. John Sally was in Eddie. Actually, John Sally was in Bad Boys as well. John Sally probably is one of the best. Malik Sealy, who played Stacey Patton in Eddie, was good to me. Anthony Hardaway in the movie Blue Chips was cool. Shaq was in multiple movies being Shaq. Shaq was actually very entertaining. Allen Houston was in a movie called Power, which was cool as well. Now, a lot of people kept putting Rick Fox in the in the comments. Fuck Rick Fox. Rick Fox don't count. Ain't nobody paying any money to see Rick Fox as the main star in the movie. Everybody like, well, what about Rick Fox? Listen, Rick Fox, I'm talking about stars, basketball stars in the movie. Rick Fox is a role player. The nigga popped a 3 every once in a while. Okay? Stop bringing Rick Fox up to me. Everybody like, what about Rick Fox? Rick Fox ain't do shit to me, but Rick Fox don't count. And the reason why Rick Fox is such a good actor, because he wasn't asked to do a lot on the ball court. You know what I'm saying? Rick Fox, you know what I mean? Rick Fox ain't asked to do a lot of. All he had to do was watch Shaq and Kobe do his thing and be able to pop the 3 when available. Ain't nobody, if Space Jam 3 came out, you would not see it if it was Space Jam 3 starring Rick Fox. People go like, well, what about Muggsy Bogues? Muggsy Bogues was an NBA Jam Part 1. It was a 2-player game. It was a 2-on-2 game, right? Muggsy Bogues was one of the characters picked. Muggsy Bogues was famous as fuck when he was in the NBA basketball. Everybody wanted to fuck with Muggsy. Muggsy was the 5'6" terror in basketball. But Rick Fox, Sex in the City ass, all right, with his Ursula from The Little Mermaid gray streak in his hair, Ain't nobody gonna see any basketball movie with Rick Fox as the main character. Rick Fox will probably get a role with his shirt off in a Tyler Perry film where he'll probably be a towel guy, right? Yes, he's an amazing actor. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Rick. But we're not. I say basketball stars. You understand what I'm saying to you? Please. Back to Space Jam. Right now, on my post, people are still going ham about the Space Jam 2 movie. And the hate, like I really don't. So my question is for LeBron James. And you cannot not acknowledge this. But people like, I don't know why. There are people who did not take their children to see the movie because they were protecting their fanism to Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. They were like, kid, yo, this one dude told me, I'm not taking my kid to see that bullshit. There's only one Space Jam, and they should have got Mike to have played in the first one, to play in the second one. Mike don't want to be in Space Jam no more. He beat the Monstars already. Why are people dissecting this movie the way that they are? Somebody came to me, but when you dissected Mortal Kombat had blood in it. People's heads were getting ripped off. It was rated R. I can judge Mortal Kombat. There was a blood code back in the day to play Mortal Kombat. ABACABB was the code to play with blood in Mortal Kombat. There were fatalities. The movie had a R13, was it a rated R on the game to play it. Space Jam is rated G. Rated G. Any movie where you see Superman and Batman flying around, Space Ghost, the movie is strictly for children. And yes, Isaac Gentry, I'm going to say it again. Mortal Kombat was hemorrhoid ass. It was a horrible fucking movie. I'm not going to sit here and break it down because a lot of people in here, I have women who are fans of the show. I don't want them to be like, well, what happened in Mortal Kombat? You understand what I'm saying? Not to say, because I know some girls who have bust niggas' ass in Mortal Kombat. That's another thing. Ladies, when your man played fighting games with you, okay, have respect. If he has company over, you have to learn how to lose. Don't disrespect your man because I've been practicing and beat your man in the game because all you're doing is causing a toxic situation in the household. That's it. Was Cutter, I love LeBron, but the acting in this movie was just bad. Other than that, the movie was cool. I personally prefer the first one because it allowed the actors to act. Here's the thing. Thank you for actually Cutter F-Lay. Please subscribe to the channel. Here's the thing. Cutter, children between the ages of 5 and 10 don't know what good acting is. They don't know what good acting is. I'm letting you know right now, no child went there with the acknowledgement of giving a fuck about what LeBron James was doing. LeBron James was just there to fulfill his superstar duty of being a real basketball player in the movie. Kenneth Creation is on a roll. Legit was ripping heads off last night. Mortal Kombat, the movie was blocked. Candace Creations is the type of woman who will sit there with her man and not only beat her man in the game, But when they're in the room doing the demon boxing, when they're demon boxing in the room, she will bring it up. Now, she'll tell her man, not only are you not performing in here, but you couldn't perform in the game. You are disfactory in both parts of the goddamn game. I've told all my girlfriends in the past, if you ever beat me in a goddamn street fighter in front of my goddamn friends, it's over, goddamn it. It's over. You beat me when we alone. But if you beat me in front of my boys, it is disrespectful, and you don't have no respect. We need to rethink this relationship. You need to talk to God about what you are doing. You think back in biblical days, okay? Daniel in the lion's den, right? You think if his woman would have, Daniel would have liked it if his woman would have jumped in that pit and beat them lions up? He'd have been like, how dare you not let me get eaten? You coming in here and embarrassing me in front of all these Romans. Ladies, you don't disrespect your man in video games. That's why I'm honest with you, I've never, because I know a lot of women who are nice in video games. And I tell them, like, you want to get on the stage? I'm like, no. And I look them right in their face. No, I don't want to play with you. What's up, Miss Mia? I look them right in their face. Nick, you want to play? No, I don't want to fucking play with you. Why? Because you can play. You're not about to embarrass me. God, I'll knock your controller right out your goddamn hand. Have some conduct. Have some conduct. Have some conduct when you with your man. Don't you dare beat your man in no goddamn video game. Disrespectful. But let's get back to what we talking about. Space Jam. Space Jam 2 is for kids. You way too fucking old. I can see a Space Jam 2 had some titties in there, right? You know, Lola showed a little bit of her tail, right? You know what I'm saying? They didn't do none of that. It was strictly for kids. Seeing niggas, grown men arguing. The acting could have been a lot better. Why? Why should it have been? Why? You think LeBron had an acting coach for this movie? Come on. You think he had an acting coach for this movie? Let's be real. There was no acting coach for this movie. Let me see what these comments are saying. The new Mortal Kombat movie was borderline disrespectful to my childhood gaming days. How do you have Sonya Blade in a movie and don't use her signature move? And see, this was my issue. Cutter. See, this is about space. I could get deeper into Mortal Kombat. Shang Tsung looked like a Harlem Shanghai pimp. He was horrible. Then they added some regular homeless nigga and gave him police batons on his forearm. No one ever heard of this nigga, and they had him kill the hardest character in the goddamn game. But let's get back to Space Jam 2. There were Looney Tunes in the movie. How could you sit here? I mean, I'm on Facebook. There are people enraged. What was so different in part 1 that happened in part 2? Both the niggas couldn't act. We both knew that. What? I mean, you got twice the much. You know what I'm saying? You got more Looney Tune characters. I was actually excited that the fact that they involved everybody from the Warner Brother properties. Like they had Space Ghost, they had King Kong, they had the Iron Giant, they had Superman, Wonder Woman, they had Batman, Aquaman was in the movie. They had the Monstars, the original Monstars that was in the movie. They had people from what's that damn show that all you guys like? The I'm gonna get in trouble when I say what's that nerd show y'all niggas be watching niggas be going crazy. They had parties for this show. What was the shit with Jon Snow? What was the movie? What's the TV show with Jon Snow? I ain't never. That was the first TV show where I see niggas on dates talking about this shit. I was like, what the fuck was this? People, I see the dude like, you want me to come over and lay the pipe down like Jon Snow? You know what I'm saying? Like Game of Thrones. Like, thank you, Isaac. Game of Thrones. They had the Game of Thrones. Somebody was in the movie theater like, oh, Game of Thrones. I'm like, yo, hey, relax. Relax. Chill out. Niggas lost their mind. I'm talking about men would throw their underwear at the TV screen for Game of Thrones. I'm like, God damn. If this ain't a true nerd attack, and I'm a nerd, but if there were Game of Thrones parties, you would get yourself a nice piece of pussy if you knew something about Game of Thrones. If you were single and you had just a little bit of information about Game of Thrones, you might get yourself some pussy. You just might. That you had, because there were Game of Thrones women out there wilding. I done fucked up. I'm over here talking about a Looney Tune movie. I'm cussing, talking about buns. See what I'm saying? Kid, look at that. Look at that. Kid's creation out there. A whole snack for people. And if you knew something about Game of Thrones, she might listen to your conversation. I guarantee you, half the women in here who watch Game of Thrones, who ignored niggas, if you would have been like, hey, Jon Snow, they'd have been like, ooh, shit. Hey, you want to come to the Game of Thrones party? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody giving you buns off Space Jam 2. You told somebody you saw Space Jam 2, they'd be like, okay, you a good father. Or you a good mom. Ain't nobody rubbing that shit together for no goddamn Space Jam 2. So that's why there shouldn't be this commotion for Space Jam 2 the way it is. People was upset. Space Jam 2 ain't the type of movie you roll weed up to. Space Jam 2 ain't the type of movie you get it popping to. Space Jam 2 ain't the type of movie you be like, man, I gotta have me some Hennessy. If you drinking Hennessy watching Space Jam 2, you are a bad parent. And ACS needs to talk to you. If you go into the movie theater to watch Space Jam 2 with your kids and you got Jack in your cup, you are a bad parent. I don't give a fuck. I'm being honest. Cut it out. You're too grown to be talking shit about that movie that way. Mortal Kombat was dog shit. I usually don't really watch DC movies like that. I really don't. Some like now I've been having time to kind of sit back. Like I saw Shazam for the first time. Shazam was okay. DC movies be confused. Like they want to be dark, but then they be like, oh, let's pull back. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to be dark. They give you a little bit of dark, and then they pull back. Like I like Marvel movies is always in the running. Although that Loki shit that y'all like, I watched it and I just didn't see. Like I honestly, I am not a fan of TV series like all that shit that's on Disney Plus. Like I like Winter Soldier and all that, but it's just like when they said that the characters, like you don't. So this is what Marvel said: you don't have to have watched the series to be caught up when the movies come. So I'm like, so what are y'all just giving us in it? Like none of this shit in the series is gonna have anything to do with the movies. So like the Loki shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? I just need a movie. You could judge the Marvel movies though, because the Marvel movies, the acting is what makes you want to go back and watch the shit. You won't see LeBron James in any Marvel movie unless he's playing LeBron James. You're not going to see LeBron James playing Luke Cage. You're not see Candace Create. This is what I'm talking about. She just said that DC animation is way better than live. Now, let me explain something to you. Well, this is a fact, but how in the fuck does she know that? Any man who is dating her and is a nerd, he is in heaven. That means any woman that knows that DC animation is way better than the Marvel animation, That means that your chick comes to bed in Voltron panties. Okay? She's not afraid to put the backlight on in the bathroom for you. You know what I'm saying? That is, let me explain something. See, I done switched. I'm talking about LeBron. I done switched the motive of the show. Let me explain something to you. A woman who knows about superhero movies only makes the sex better. This is a fact. A man that could sit in a movie theater and have a discussion with his woman, because there's nothing worse than taking a woman to a Marvel or DC movie and she don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, you take her to see Black Panther and she asks when is Robin showing up. To relate, like, you, that's at the point where you like, hey babe, I want to go see this movie with my boys. I want you to take a couple of seats. Yeah, I don't want you to come. Any woman, when she get mad at you and she say, you won't like it when I get angry, I'm about to turn green, nigga. Make that demon would just get something about that, just make it get uncontrollable. Make it get uncontrollable. It's a good look. Real quick, I want to say this. I've already uploaded it. This Sunday, it's a premiere. It's not going to be live. I'm giving you guys an unseen one-man show that I did on IG Live. It's called 5 Years to Life. No, that's not 5 years of life. What the fuck is it called? It's called 5 years, but it's 5 stories that happened in my life after graduation from high school, senior year, going into college, because I took a year off after high school before I went to college. It will be on this Sunday. Make sure you guys check that out. Tomorrow, I am still doing the morning show. I just wanted to get this LeBron James, this Space Jam 2 shit out the way, because I'm not going to talk about it tomorrow on the show, and I don't want anybody to be like, but what about the LeBron James Space Jam 2? Let me tell y'all some weirdo shit that just happened again. Somebody sent me a message and was like, why don't you talk about political situations on your show? Because I don't, bitch. And it's not a woman that asked me this question. It's a man. That's not what I do here. Go to another page and go watch that shit. I do a morning show on Tuesday where I talk about a few news things, but I'm not gonna ever see. I don't do all that politics. That's not me. I'm not about to be up here giving wrong information. I'm already giving crazy information, wild, goofy ass information. Why are you gonna have me sit up here and get so people could be like, oh, the curious red flag guy, he's out here giving false information. He's worse than Dr. Fossey. Like, you're not gonna do that to me. I don't do that on my show. You're never gonna get that from me at all. I don't talk about none of that shit. This is the Space Jam 2 review. And the review states as stands. The movie is for kids, nigga. Stop fucking going to kid movies and having a fit. Then somebody was like, well, what about The Lion King? You can still watch The Lion King today. The Lion King was a complete cartoon. Space Jam 2 was a cartoon surrounded around a fucking basketball player who has no act. We knew what it was. I didn't go to the movie to see LeBron be like, King Kong, hey, God shit. I wasn't going there to see that. Although Don Cheadle said that in the movie. But I did not go there with the idea that LeBron was going. And let's also think about it like that. For the people that was like, oh, this movie was whack. LeBron didn't write the fucking movie. Somebody else wrote it. So why are y'all sending all this hatred towards him? I want to let you know something. That man is in his house with his kids and sexy ass wife counting money. That nigga does not care about how any of y'all feel. I never understand why people who are in a different tax bracket I can understand if you be like, all right, someone sucks or whatever. But I don't understand how people in a different tax bracket get hate on someone who's at home jacking off on hundreds. When LeBron is sipping grapefruit juice off his lady, do you think that this nigga is thinking about you when he's doing this? Let me tell you what LeBron thinks about when he wake up. He wake up, look at his wife. He might do some shit, right? Get up, train, call a liquor organization, get a couple of niggas traded, go sip some wine, get on a four-way with Wade, Chris Paul, and Mel. I don't know. Go in his bank like Scrooge McDuck, jump in his money and swim. Take Bronny and his other son outside in the backyard and practice free throws. Play with a couple of Barbie dolls with his daughter. Go to bed. Make love to his wife and repeat it the next day. Not one time is this nigga like, man, these people don't think I can act. Let me go take my hard-earned LeBron James sneaker money and go get some acting lessons. He doesn't think that. Somebody gonna be like, well, why is Nick defending LeBron? I'm not defending LeBron. I'm defending the fact that you are too fucking dumb and old to be sitting up here having a goddamn fit about Space Jam 2. And Rick Fox, ain't nobody gonna see Rick Fox starring in Space Jam 3. Stop bringing this nigga up. That's right, I said it. Stop bringing him up. Ladies, the moral of the story of this live, okay, please stop beating your man in video games. It's not sexy. Don't beat your man in video games when his friends are over. You do that by yourself. And what you do is, ladies, if you're good at video games, you and your man play Call of Duty for your heart. For every kill, you take off an article of your clothing. It's like loving basketball. If your man about to leave, you say, hey, let's go home right now and play Street Fighter. He'll be like, what? I want to play Street Fighter for your heart. And you put that nigga in the corner and you hurricane the shit out of him. You show that nigga you love him. Hurricane kicked up, but in private. And then when the third round come, you let him win. Because if you beat him in the third round, all you showing him is you ain't got no goddamn respect. Because back in the day, women will always pick Blanca and E Honda and hit the A button and just do the multiplayer. But now these women know combos. These women know combos. Women are trying to, listen, niggas, I'm telling you, women want relationships. And they are learning us. Women are advanced. They can do what we do. I done seen this tall 6'10" Australian piece of snack playing ball. I think her name was Cambridge. Just out there grabbing rebounds sexy. My boy told me he wished when she come home, if she took her basketball shorts and she threw it in the floor, he said he would slide right into her funky ass basketball shorts. That's how sexy she is to him. He sent me the, I said, damn, she is sexy. She ain't my wife, but this girl could ball. This woman dunked on 9 college hoop niggas. This woman out here are advanced, fellas. You got to step your game up. They will bust your ass in video games. They can cut hair now. They playing baseball. And they also got a man cave for themselves. It's called the camel toe hut, where a bunch of chicks just sit around and talk shit about you, about their exes and what you not doing. They in the room right now. I just played my man last night in Street Fighter, and I hurricane the fuck out of him. His combo game ain't shit, and he not getting no pussy tonight. It is what it is. Hey, if you're watching this show, you need to get earphones. Somebody told me the other day, man, I be watching you at work. I be getting written up. You need to have earphones when you watch Nick. Everybody know I'm about to come on here and talk some wild shit. Everybody know that. Get some earphones. Listen, man, I only came in here and I'll chill with y'all for a little while. Tomorrow morning, we got the morning show, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Please come out, come show love, hit the like button. When the show ends, leave comments. Love y'all. Peace.